Hi, it's John again. Writing tip 89. Writing is a skill and an art at the same time. Now, a skill might be something like a plumber. They get your different metals and different shapes and stuff, and they screw them together, weld them together, so forth. Make water supply, run, gas run, that kind of thing. That's a skill. It's something you learn step by step by step. Writers also have to do that. There are things, techniques that you need to use in your writing to make it work for people. Like, for instance, a story usually has a beginning. It has some kind of inciting event. That's something that gets the action rolling. It has a first act, which is where you talk about your theme, your plot, your characters. You introduce your main character, your villains if you got any, and what the goals are. Second act, where he's out there, the villain's out there, the good guy's out there, and they're both trying to reach the same goal. Will they make it? Well, who will make it first? The tension builds up. You want to piss your pants, it's so bad. Or go get some popcorn and a soda. But then you get to Act 3. That's where the action builds even more, and it may even look like it's not going to happen for the hero or the villain. And then suddenly a twist occurs, and happy ending or not so happy ending. 3 acts. A kicker at the beginning, which is an inciting event, and then your last act, which is where everything is resolved. However, in modern writing and stuff, there's also something that happens after the 3rd act. It's called the payoff. Like, Star Wars would not have been the same if it hadn't had the end part, where Princess Leia is given the awards to all the main characters, but poor Chewbacca, and the robots don't get any awards, just the humans. See, even there they got some prejudice. Anyway, I think that Chewbacca didn't get it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But sorry, it's been a while since I've watched that one. So the art part of it comes in. How do you weave all the technical things together so that it tastes good? It's like anybody can make a cake, but does it taste good? What makes a cake taste good? And it varies from person to person. Maybe one person uses honey, sugar, maple syrup. Maybe they use apple butter, peaches. Maybe they add fruit to the cake. Maybe they don't. Maybe they add nuts. Maybe they even add meat, or maybe it's, God knows, just whatever makes that cake its uniqueness, gives it a uniqueness and makes people want more of it. That is where the art comes in. There's also more to it. If I throw a cake at you, if I make a big cake, it could be the most tasty cake in the world. But if I look at that cake and it looks awful, it looks like somebody pooped all over it, you're not going to eat that cake, not unless you're a little bit twisted. Or else your wife cooked it, or your girlfriend, and you eat it just to make them feel good so that you can sleep in the bed tonight and not on the couch and not hurt their feelings. But generally, how your cake looks is very important. That's where the art comes in. It also comes in mixed in with the technique too. You know, when you're making a cake, you're using flour of some sort. You're using some kind of sweetener generally. What kind of sweetener depends on your lifestyle. Maybe if you're a vegetarian, you don't use anything that is GMO or that is sugar. You may use instead natural things. Like I use stevia, which is a natural sweetener. It's actually good for your bowels, to your intestines, so you poop easier. And it's also very sweet. I think it's about 100 times sweeter than sugar. So you don't need much of it to sweeten something. So not only is it healthy for you, but it tastes great. So maybe you make your cake with sugar. Maybe you make it with stevia, honey, syrup of some kind. But that's where the art comes in. What are you trying to create? And that's where the technique also comes in. How are you creating it so that when you do add all the art to it, it all tastes good together?